I won't lie, talking about this unit will be a little complicated. Not because it's difficult to use, but because to make the most of its abilities, you need to use some very specific units. But we'll get into the details of that later. Taraxacum is a medic from a new Watchman subclass. Similar to the Skyranger subclass, units in this subclass enter the takeoff state when they activate their abilities, allowing them to ignore damage from ground units and avoid being targeted by their attacks, something that's especially useful for neutralizing boss's most powerful attacks. The downside is that they don't usually have much defense, so you need good timing to activate their abilities. Moving on to his talent, Dandelion. This talent causes all flying units within Taraxacum's range to gain a sanctuary bonus and the ability to block one additional enemy unit. In case you're wondering, the sanctuary effect reduces damage taken from enemies. That said, it's not a bad talent, it's very useful and effective if you have flying units. The downside is that there aren't many units capable of flying right now, so you might feel a bit limited in the number of units you can use to take advantage of this talent. It's a shame, because if you don't have flying units, it's as if the talent doesn't exist, which can make it frustrating to use on its own. As for his abilities, his first ability, Where to? When activated, Taraxacum will take to the air and his attack range will be reduced. However, in exchange, he'll gain a bonus equal to his attack power and will randomly heal one wounded unit within his attack range. Essentially, it's the typical increased damage ability found in many units, with the advantage of being airborne, which allows its user to heal allied units more safely without worrying that an enemy will defeat it. Additionally, it can be used without the need for deployed allied flying units. However, regarding its skill 2, Upon the Wind. Like the previous skill, it will take flight and gain a damage bonus. However, it can heal an additional unit that has taken flight, with the added effect of healing one or more allied units around it. The number of allied units affected depends on the skill's level. As you can see, this skill relies on other flying units to be used to its full potential. Of course, the unit itself can apply this effect to itself, so it can benefit from it on its own. However, given this unit's healing range, I highly doubt you'll want to position all your units right next to it. For that, I'd recommend a chain caster instead. While the skill has a very good effect, I feel that the only unit that can make the best use of it is Skybarks, since when it uses its skills, it descends to the ground, leaving it vulnerable to enemy attacks. With Contrail and Tippy, on the other hand, we have to wait for their skills to charge, and by the time they are charged, they'll already have healed from the damage they've taken. For this reason, I'd recommend choosing skill 1 over skill 2, since without the flying units requirement you'll be able to make better use of it. As for his base skills, these are focused on increasing the productivity of trading posts, both through individual play and by leveraging operators who are part of the Nine family, so if you have them all, you can get a lot out of them. As for my personal opinion, as I said at the beginning, it's a bit tricky to talk about this unit, since I don't think there are currently enough units that allow you to fully tap into its potential. To be clear, it's not a bad unit, it has good potential, but unless you're really into the current units with flight capabilities, you'll find its use very limited, so I'd recommend spending your resources on a chain or multi-target medic instead. But anyway, that's my current opinion. Hopefully, in the future, they'll release a module that allows you to better utilize its abilities with units that can't fly, for example. Even so, I hope the video has helped you better understand how this unit works. Without further ado, I'll say goodbye, take care, and see you next time.